United States government is running a brand new playbook. We are running a playbook that is a lot like a sovereign wealth fund, and we are buying stakes in companies that we deem really important to national security and to economic security. These stocks right here are all skyrocketing today. That's IBM, GFS, Qubits, Rigetti, INFQ, all of them going higher. We're going to tell you what this transaction was, why it's important, why they did it. So what did our government do? It handed out $2 billion, but it didn't just hand it out in a grant. It took an equity stake in each one of these companies of a commensurate amount to what they gave them. Let's take a look at what they actually gave them here. And you can see that they gave $100 million to IBM to help with quantum computing, and then different numbers to these different companies, all right? We don't know the terms of those. We don't know if it was equity, if it was warrants, what actually went behind. But what we do know is we know the percentage of each of these grants compared to the market cap, which tells us how important each one of these grants was. Now let's go through one. IBM got $100 million. The company's worth $200 billion. So it's like 0.5%. Not really a big deal when it comes to IBM, right? Really nice that the government is putting their thumb on the scale for them, but where it is more important in the public markets is down here. This is ticker INFQ. This is a 3 or 4% grant. So let's take a look at ticker INFQ and why is their grant more important to them and what's going to do to the company and the balance sheet. So these quantum computing stocks, at least the small ones, really haven't proven themselves out. And as you can tell, over the last 12 months, INFQ only had $9 million in revenue and they lose money, right? They're basically like a biotech or one of these venture capital companies that lives in the public markets that everybody thinks has really high hopes, but hasn't really pushed themselves revenue-wise, right? Take a look at the balance sheet. They already have $569 million in cash, right? They got 100 more from our government, which gives them 669. Take a look at what's actually happening in the company. They're going to do next year 41 million in revenue, still not very impressive, and they're going to lose about $30 million, right? So if you have 600 plus million in cash and you're going to lose $30 million a year, you have plenty of runway to go out and lose money for many, many years as you build this technology, and that's what the government is thinking. However, when you give them an extra $100 million and you put the pressure of the government owning you, you probably speed up the timeline, meaning we really want quantum computing in this United States to work before it works in China, before it works in a lot of the other countries that are building this out, so that we can hold the technological advantage here. That's why our government is acting like a sovereign wealth player like they have in Saudi Arabia, like they have in Singapore, and giving money for equity to these basically venture capital companies that we deem are really important to our national security or economic security, right? So what happened to INFQ? Did their world get much better? Not really. They just got another, call it 3 years of runway on losses to move forward to make this technology work. So now that we know they have a little more runway, let's take a look at what could happen to the stock price based on something that happened previously. So why is the market going gaga for these stocks today? Take a look at the last company that the sovereign wealth fund in the United States took a huge equity stake in, and that is Intel. Intel went from $40 to $120 in about a month and a half. The stock tripled, right? Probably not justified that it tripled, but we are so worried that China is going to walk into Taiwan and shut down Taiwan semiconductors that we have given Intel a ton of cash to go build semiconductors here in these United States. Everyone is worried that everyone's going to have to run from TSM to Intel to get their exposure, and they're all chasing each other. It was a terrific investment. It may not be justified price-wise or valuation-wise, but that is what everybody thinks may happen when it comes to these quantum computing companies, which is why everybody's running for the stock, despite the fact that the investments were fairly little. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Take a look at the link in the comments. That's the morning note that we put out every day. If you want to be involved, that's free for you. If there's anything else you guys want to see, please let us know.